Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of MotoGP Career Mode. Today we are off to Aragon for round 13 of season 4. Now I do not have anything to do with any of the Moto3 team, and same with the Suzuki. I did put a post on the community tab up the other day asking about people who did want me to see ride for next year. I gave the options of KTM, HRC, Ducati and stay with Suzuki. At the moment, it is looking like we're going to Italy, but I will decide after the next race, which will be Misano, round 14. So you'll find out in 2 episodes time. I'll give the poll a bit longer just to make sure it is as accurate. But anyway, let's jump into Aragon. So you join me here for qualifying. Unfortunately, we're still in Q1. And we're not going to actually make it out of Q1 again this week. Another poor lap for me in qualifying. I don't really have any answer to why I'm slow in qualifying. I just can't get a good lap out of this bike. I can't push it and extract that last 1%. But I was on a decent enough lap, and you will see towards the end of the lap I kind of lose all my time, and a few mistakes catch me and cost me from going through to Q2. So we're going to start about 18th or 19th on the grid. You can see so far it's been a pretty decent lap, up by 2.5 tenths, so I needed to find about half a second to beat Enea Bastianini's time, and we're pretty much on schedule in sector 1. But as the lap goes on, there's a few more mistakes start to creep in, and the time just starts to slip out of our hands. We make up a good bit of time in here, but then again just wide on exit there, so we lose more time. So we're currently 3.5 tenths under, almost 4 tenths there for a second, but we get poor eggs out of here, and then we make a mistake as well into this left-hander here. You can see we just break a little on the inside, the bike just drifts across, we're in the middle of the track, and we kind of have to cut the inside curb, so that was a good bit of time lost. And now Morbidelli's improved, so we need nearly 6 tenths to beat top time, and we're only 2 tenths under. But coming through this corner here, turn 15, we're just wide there, miss the apex, which pushes me wide on exit, out onto the curb, and we lose all our drive. So coming into the final corner, I knew the lap wasn't great, so I said I might as well risk it and see could I make up a stupid amount of time into the last corner. Unfortunately, couldn't do it. I gained about a tenth on entry, but lost about 3 in mid corner. And yeah, that was pretty much qualifying. It's going to be P18 for the race. Right, so another disappointing qualifying once again. To be towards the back of the grid at this point of the season when the championship is really getting tight is not ideal. We're going to need a serious race performance to go anywhere. So on medium is a recommended tyre in these cold conditions. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm not really looking forward to this race. I'm not confident I can make up positions. It's a very hard place to overtake. So I really wish I was in the top 10 and not 19th to 18th at the back of the grid. But we're going to give it everything anyway and see what we can do. 5 red lights and we are off. We got a very good launch down into turn 1. Going to brake a bit early. Keep to the inside. Try and avoid all the drama. Get around the outside of Davi. Maybe even Valentino as well if we can get the drive. Yes, we do. We're in hot into 3 though, into Carlos Checa corner. Secting to see a Rossi, but it's actually Alex Marquez who's fighting around the outside. We're going to just squeeze him out, show him the curb. There's Valentino. We'll dive into turn 6, I think it is, 7 even. Pause one wide. And square him off, get him down into this tight right hand. There's a bit of a reverse corkscrew. Oh, he was good on the brakes on entry. Rossi having a look over his shoulder as he tries to pass us. That was funny. Alright, we got our first track winners. That was because mainly Rossi tried to pass us while looking behind it, completely threw me off. So we're into the points, I'm happy to say. We're going to leave the brakes off, up the inside pole. Small bit of contact, see him out wide, but he's going to hold it, is he? We're going to go back to the inside, lift him up. So it's all about a good drive out of the bus stop here. Ooh, a bit of a wobble through the corner. Suzuki isn't the quickest bike on the grid. Up to power 3, a good bit of slipstream from the Honda in front. And that should be the KTM done. Ooh, we're closing on Marquez. But we managed to get a stop. The KTM's got a turn better than we did. Get the drive on Zarco. Going into 1. We're going to hold station, I reckon. If we don't lose it to Morbidelli, just kind of close the door on Franco. Inside Zarco. No, not yet. Around the outside, he'd probably have the inside, but we just leave the brake off. But then when we run it wide, we might even lose more than just Zarco. Again, just keeping ahead of Frankie Morbidelli. We'll just force them wide. They all seem to run wide there. We get a better exit than them in front. Oh, we go for an audacious move in turn 9 on Binder, but we do not get it pulled down. So it's actually Mir who's leading ahead of Quartararo, so he's doing a good job for the constructors. As just it says that Quartararo passes him. But as I said at the start of the race, it is a bit of a struggle to make overtakes at this track. And on a pretty weak Suzuki, I'm finding it quite difficult to make inroads into the top 10. With a real aggressive line through here. Should get the KTM sitting in Rins the slipstream. And we have Marcus as well, more than likely it's going to roll early just so we don't go into the back of Alex Rins. So that is P10, unless Marky Mark can turn it back, but he can't. Get a good exit on the other Suzuki, use him for a bit of slipstream. Getting up to speed now. Lace is going to hold it around the outside, and Rins is going to try it, but we should be able to just squeeze him out. Now we need to get a Lace. Can we get him here? Yes, we can. He let the door open, and we just slide past him in turn 2. Next up is Miller. So there's a couple of Ducatis now ahead, Miller and Martin. So let's see what we can do against the Bologna boys. And it looks like already Miller is struggling with rear tyre. You can see the bikes, I just noticed in the last corner of the last lap it just was pumping a lot already. Coming onto the half race distance now, and he looks like he's really struggling to put the power down. So try to make him easy pickings. That was a big mistake there, touching that curb. Going to be towards the end of the lap. I think I'm stronger than the AI. Towards the first half of the lap, there's not much place you can pass. Very one line. Good exit here is imperative to this drive. Get into the slipstream of the Ducati, but it just pulls away. We're just pretty much hanging with him. Not going to get the move done, I'm afraid. You see there, look, the rear moving so much for Jack. See, can we get the power down better and get him into turn 1? Definitely got a better drive, but that Ducati just picks up. Just a touch too far back. And it looks like Pecco and Fabio have clocked out. Miller's wide though, going to get him into Checa, yeah, or just before we get him. We run it wide, thankfully the Ducati can cut back underneath us. So we are pretty much with the pack now. This is a battle really for the podium, so I really want to get through these guys and get the podium. I think first and second, bar a big mistake like that, missed the gear and end up getting into that corner all wrong. But as I was saying, they need a big mistake for either of them to come back, probably a crash from either of them, but that's unlikely going to happen. So I think P3 is the best we can hope for, which would be a stunning return from our qualifying. Rear tyre is feeling a little less for wear. Starting to overheat a touch. Have a look at the inside of Bastianini. We got a bit too close to him there though, unfortunately. So we have the bones of 2.5 laps remaining. Just trying to manage the left side of my rear. It is getting quite hot. Close a good bit on the brakes. And through here, we seem strong through here. Ducati runs it wide. We're going to just hold him on the outside. He touches the curb. He's going to actually have a better line. We're going to have to really square him off and go underneath him just like that. And thanks to that, we get great drive out of that corner, right on the back of Jorge Martin. And that might get us up to P3. No, we actually get stuck on the outside of Mir. We're going to try and turn around the outside. Can we keep the throttle going? Can we do it around the outside? Yes, we can. What a move that was. That alone deserves a podium, and that's my personal best lap time too. That was a bit special, I'm not going to lie. I didn't expect it to work, but it did somehow. What's the gap? 3 seconds? Yeah, that's unlikely to be pulled back in, but let's see what we can do. Now that we've opened track. Another track limit, so we're up to 4 already. That was quick. Last time I checked we had 1, so I need to be careful. I'll be back in P7 or 8 with a penalty. But we could do it. Bagnaia doing the Yamaha and taking victory for us. That'll be better for our championship. Oh, Suzuki is making all sorts of shapes when it's been pushed. Still don't have this podium. I haven't really dropped him like I hoped I would have early. Small mistake on entry there, but we should be okay. Power 3 once again. Not close enough to slipstream me, which is good. The gap has pretty much stayed the same, unfortunately, the front, so that is pretty much any chance of it gone. But we make a huge mistake into the final corner. The rear end just wouldn't tip in. Thankfully, we get away with it. We hold third somehow, but there's contact between me and Jorge Martin. And that has put us under a lot of pressure coming onto this last lap. And he takes P3 back. We made a mistake on brake as well. And that means NA is right there as well. So we're going to have to repass for third. That was a huge mistake. The bike just, if I tipped in, I was going down, so I had to pick it up. No, the bike doesn't want to turn. Oh, front is gone. I thought I was down. So you get closer to him and see can we duff him up in the last sector. Better there that time around. Really need this podium. Losing all of our tyre now. No point in saving it. Closing on the brakes. Mistake from him. I'm going to try and cut underneath him like we did before. Huge mistake for me. How did I not go down? On the absolute limit here with Martin. I have to go slightly defensive from Bastianini to compromise my run out. Right in the slipstream, power 3 to wheelie, kill the drive though. But we should be able to get him. Go to the outside. And that should be the podium done. I'll take a bit gentle to here, a bit gingerly tipping it in. Let's hope we can get out of this last corner without any mistakes, just like that. And a well-deserved podium. That was tough. So Fabio comes home with the win. Unfortunate for my championship challenge, that is not a good result. Pecco in second with the fastest lap, and me rounding out the top 3. So a good result, great recovery for myself, but 13 points now, the gap, that is not nice. And Pecco still really isn't in it. Like, that's a big enough gap to 36, 37 points. That really won't be a threat unless I crash. But we just hold on to the constructors title at the moment, so just hanging on. But a good recovery ride there, a championship ride, but unfortunately it's still not enough. Fabio pulls another step clear. So P6 and P2 for the Moto3 boys. Good results again. That's good for Rizal because he's in the top 6 or so in the championship, so front row in qualifying. P4 for Hernandez in qualifying, which was good. Unfortunately just couldn't match it in the race, but still a very good overall weekend for the Moto3 team. But I am going to leave it there. After this race, I will announce who I will ride for next season. I will make contact. I am fairly sure who's going to be, judging by the poll, but I'm going to give it another day or two just to make sure. But anyway, if you have enjoyed today's episode, if you wouldn't mind dropping a like and subscribing to see more. And I should have episode, geez, I don't even know what episode we're on now. We're into the 60s. The next episode, round 14 of season 4, will be up in the coming days, where we'll be at Misano. A great track for me. I'll be really gunning for the win there. I should be quite strong. All really comes down to Suzuki. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.